everyone, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics, and today I want to give you some information to help you with knowledge when it comes down to finding information for protection. Listen, you guys, I want to do this because a lot of people are searching for protection, and they're looking for rituals and spells to protect them from situations and other people. But do you know exactly what you're doing and what you're actually looking for? So today I want to give you five different categories to show you exactly what to look for when you're looking for information to protect yourself. Listen, not all rituals or spells are the same. So you guys really need to know the difference about what it is you're trying to do so that you're getting the right information. But before we get started, this is a law of attraction metaphysical channel that gives you life-changing information. So if you want more information just like this, don't forget, join the family, support us by liking, subscribing, and tapping the bell. Now, if you want to know the 5 different types, I'm giving you 5 different types of protection rituals or spells to help you find the correct information in what you're trying to do. Keep watching. Now let's get started. I'm back. Now, what are the 5 different protection rituals that I want to explain to you so that you guys are going out there getting the right information? Now, listen, you guys, we all been there. We had somebody at the job that wouldn't leave us alone, yelling and screaming at us, or just wouldn't leave us alone. People gossiping, talking behind your back, people doing things, throwing things in your yard, or throwing spells on you. Whatever it is, you need to know what's going on, how to handle it, and how to find the information. Listen, not every spell or ritual is set up to do exactly what it is you want done, okay? The first protection category that I want to talk to is one of the most popular. And you got to be very careful when you're looking for spells or rituals in this category because you are absolutely getting rid of this person out of your life. And that is banishing, okay? Banishing spells or rituals are designed to get the person out of your life forever, okay? So before you do a banishing spell, sit back and say, what is going on? Do I want this person out of my life or treat me better? What is it that I want? If you want this person out of your life for the rest of your life, then a banishing spell is perfect. Now listen, none of the things that I am telling you is set up to hurt people. Your banishing spell might be this person getting a promotion in another country and leaving, okay? So remember, unless you want these people gone for good, do not do a banishing spell. So now let's get to the second category that I want to speak about. And it's one of the most popular also besides the banishing. And that is binding, you guys. What is a binding spell? A binding spell is basically, I call it tie 'em up spell, tie 'em up ritual. This is when you use some type of ritual that includes binding someone from hurting themselves or from hurting other people, okay? Binding spells are very popular. You use these when someone is basically gossiping about you, talking about you, won't leave you alone, or if it's a family member, someone that has a potential of even hurting themselves. Binding spells are very popular and they absolutely work. You are stopping that person from harming themselves and harming others. I don't care if it's through gossiping or actually setting out to hurt someone physically. You can absolutely bind them. When you bind someone, you are absolutely taking power over whatever it is they're doing in their lives. So when you do a binding spell of somebody that's giving you a hard time at work, that person will leave you alone. Not only that, you now will have more control over that person and that situation. Just don't become the bully yourself, okay? Because binding spells give you the empowerment over that situation or that person at that job. Now, let's get on to the number 3 type of protection. And I've done this in my video. And that is freezing techniques, people. Anything that's involving freezing something is a freezing technique. If you haven't seen a freezing technique yet, please go to the protection playlist where this is also, and look and see how I do the freezing technique. I have a couple of videos on it, and it absolutely will help you. Freezing technique is one of my favorites. It's a technique where you have someone or situation in your life that is causing havoc in your life. You just said, I can't take it anymore. These people won't leave me alone. I don't know what to do. You do the freezing technique. The freezing technique freezes the situation. Whatever's going on, it freezes the situation wherever you want it to be. So if a situation is going on, you absolutely state what it is that you want done. You follow the instructions, and then you take it and put it in your freezer. Okay? It's very simple and very effective in dissolving situations. Now, I always tell people the freezing technique is kind of a binding at the same time, similar to binding and similar to banishing. Why? It's not binding the person, but it is basically calming the situation. Binding gives you more power over the situation and the person. Freezing calms the situation, stops the person from harassing you, and basically can absolutely relieve the situation and move the person out of your life. So if you want something that's in between a banishing and a binding, and you just want a situation to go away, either that person go away or the situation go away, you can absolutely do a freezing technique. Now, the 4th technique that I want to talk to you about, and listen, I spoke about this also, and it involves people that you love that's basically not treating you very well. They're not treating you well. You can also use the freezing technique with this to freeze the situation. But sometimes you just want your husband or your girlfriend just to treat you a little better. You just want your boss to be nicer with you at your job. You take that person's name and you put a little honey on it, or you use honey techniques or sweetening techniques to absolutely change the way that person is treating you. Again, I've used honey. Placing honey on a picture, placing honey on a note, parchment paper with the person's name on it. All of these are types of sweetening honey techniques that are there to sweeten the person up. You don't want to take control over the person. You don't want to banish the person. You don't want to freeze the person. You just want that person to be nicer to you and treat you a little better. Try techniques for protection in this category. It will absolutely help you out. The 5th category, to me, is the most used, and people don't really realize that they're doing it. And it is protection, everyone. Protection in general. What do I mean by that? Protection from an accident. Protection from ailments, from getting sick. A lot of people will wear an amulet, carry a mojo bag with them, or incant or say something before leaving the house to absolutely protect them throughout the day. Some people might encapsulate themselves with a white light of protection to protect themselves from anything that can happen to them during the day. This is the most sought after information, but it's under a general term, okay? And it is protection. I leave it by itself in its own category because it not only includes protecting from other people, protecting from situations, but it's protecting you in general from getting in that accident, from stepping on something, cutting yourself, falling. It protects you in so many ways. So please, listen, you guys really need to know what you're doing, what you're looking for, and the results you're going to get. I just gave you guys 5 different categories when it comes down to protecting yourself, when it comes down to any situation in your life. If you're looking for a spell or a ritual or encapsulating yourself with the white light of protection, you guys have to remember these are all rituals. It doesn't matter if you're saying the 21st Psalm or the 121st Psalm. Whatever it is, these are rituals for protection. And you really need to know what it is you're doing and why you're doing it and what results you're going to get. So again, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics. And if you like this video and you want more information like this, don't forget, support this channel, join the family by liking, subscribing, and tapping that bell. If you want to know anything about My World of Metaphysics, all the information is in the description, the website. In the description, you'll find information that leads you to the store where you'll find protection candles. You'll find the people candles. You'll find everything, oils, and anything you need for your spiritual needs are there. I also have in there absolutely packets, kits already set up for different things that you want. All different type of kits are there if you're trying to do something in your life and you need a little help. Again, this is Yvette, and until next time,